Falling Up by Sebastian Winters.
The morning began, like all great mornings do, with sabotage. Beautiful sabotage. The city, clearly intimidated by my success, had installed what can only be described as a moat on 7th and Main. They called it a puddle, but believe me, it was practically an ocean. Most people would tiptoe around it. Not me. I walked straight through. My left shoe instantly became an aquarium. Very luxurious, very exclusive. You could call it innovation in footwear.
People talk about walking on water. Well, I did it better. I owned the water.
The bus arrived late, of course. Fashionably late. It knew it wasn't ready for me yet. When I stepped on, the driver gave me that look. You know the one. Like he just realized he's in the presence of someone who doesn't wait in lines. I handed him the exact change because I'm efficient. People don't understand efficiency anymore. It scares them.
I took my seat next to a man who was asleep with his mouth open, whistling through a missing tooth. I took it as applause. At the office, security said my ID had expired. Ridiculous. I don't expire. I upgrade. They made me sign in as a guest. I liked it. Guest has class. It means they know I don't belong with the regulars. Caesar had Rome. This firm has me.
The meeting had already started when I walked in. You could feel the fear. Budget cuts, layoffs, panic. Sad. I sat down, straightened my tie, and waited for them to realize greatness had entered the room. Didn't take long.
"Leonard," the manager said, "you listed the overhead twice. Was that intentional?"
Of course it was, I said. We're doubling the losses, hedging against optimism. The room froze. Total silence. You could hear their tiny brains overheat. One of them started writing notes like I was giving a master class. I was. By lunch, my computer had crashed, my chair had been swapped for something you'd find in a kindergarten, and my phone had died. Most people would crumble. Not me. I reframed it. Ergonomic training, digital detox. I bought a turkey sandwich from the vending machine. Terrible sandwich, by the way, but I made it look elite. Someone asked why I wasn't at the cafe. I said, optimization. They nodded like I'd just reinvented eating. I probably did. I leaned back on my wobbly stool, eating that disaster of a sandwich with pride, thinking, this is what leadership looks like. Falling up. Tremendously. Then came the so-called performance conversation. They thought they were evaluating me. Big mistake. My manager leaned forward, nervous, trembling, trying to look powerful. He listed concerns, deadlines, organization, whatever. I listened.
Then I said, "Do you feel you're in the right role here?"
Boom. Silence. You could charge admission for that silence. He started nodding, scribbling, like he'd just learned something. Of course he did. I'm a teacher of greatness. It's exhausting sometimes. When I got back to my desk, my chair was gone again, replaced with another stool. Low, wobbly, humiliating for anyone else. Not for me. I turned it into performance art. People walked by whispering. They saw innovation. I saw jealousy. Then my coffee cup started leaking across my desk. I didn't panic. I studied it. Organic workflow mapping, I said. Someone from HR murmured, "Interesting." Of course it's interesting. Everything I do is. Later, in the restroom, third stall, the latch broke. No problem. I held the door shut with one hand, multitasking like a pro. Someone walked in, saw me, froze. I smiled. Transparency, I said. He ran away. Not everyone's ready for that kind of leadership. Someday they'll call it the Leonard method. Probably trademark it. By 5 o'clock, the amateurs were packing up, heading out to their little dinners and workouts. I stayed. Winners stay. Then the manager appeared. "Leonard," he said, "don't come in tomorrow. HR will be in touch." Don't come in tomorrow meant exclusivity, rest, preparation. Finally, I was getting what was due me. That night, an email arrived. Subject, new strategic vision. They wanted me to meet with the board. Not HR, the board. They said my contrarian perspective was unexpected. I took this to mean refreshing. Of course it was. That's what they say right before big promotions. I walked into the boardroom the next day. A still damped shoe, crooked tie, the sort that says, I don't dress up for you. You dress up for me. You know? Pure confidence. I told them my philosophy. Double the losses, embrace the chaos, let the disaster write itself. They loved it, wrote it down, asked if I really believed I just invented a new management style, if I was for real. Then they gave me a check and told me I could go home and work on absolutely anything I want. It's completely up to me to seek out new opportunities. Said I could even work from there for all they care. Finally, some people who see my true value said I could give myself any title I like. So here I am in my new office at home. New title, new office. Huge chair, very tall, very powerful. People will soon start calling me for advice. I'll say big words, synergistic, pre-iterative loss mitigation, and they will applaud. On my way out the door, a woman from the payroll department whispered, "You should think bigger." She said not to take it as the board firing me, but as granting me greater freedom to soar. Well, yeah, but I'm a professional. I didn't need them to fire me up. I just needed to be finally recognized with the extra freedom they gave me to soar. Off to a rocky start this morning. I'm having some trouble logging into my company dashboard and email. I'm guessing they made me a special one to reflect the upgraded title I sent them last night after our meeting. But the new IT guy just screwed it all up. I've warned him about his lack of attention to detail before. I sure hope I don't have to terminate him as my first official duty in my new position. It's so hard to find good help these days. I've been thinking, maybe the payroll woman was right. After all, I've already conquered the firm. Perhaps the city's next. Maybe the country after that. The country needs someone like me in charge. They'll be sad to see me go at work, I'm sure. But if the country needs me, which it undoubtedly does, who am I to deny them greatness? Maybe I should be President of the United States. That has a nice ring to it. Tremendous title. Beautiful. Perfect for me, don't you think?